The Babadook is an Aussie horror film, and just right off the bat, this may have become one of my favourite horror films of all time. Yeah, I'm serious. It stars Essie Davis, Noah Wiseman and Daniel Henshall, and is directed by Jennifer Kent. Davis plays a single mother with a small child played by Wiseman. He's a little troubled. He might be on the Asperger's spectrum or ADD, we're not really sure. But he's having trouble at school, made worse by teachers who want to further alienate him. He enjoys making homemade weaponry of the sorts. One night, his mum reads him a storybook called Mr. Babadook, and it's in the form of a very dark, creepy, Tim Burton-like, and very brilliant pop-up book.
Where'd you get this?
On the shelf.
If it's in a word or it's in a look, you can't get rid of the Babadook. A rumbling sound, then 3 sharp knocks. That's when you'll know he's around. You'll see him if you look.
Babadook, dook, dook.
This is what he wears on top. He's funny, don't you think? See him in your room at night.
Mum, does it hurt the boy? Mum, does it live under the bed? Mum? Mummy! Mummy!
From then on, her son seems to experience sightings of this Babadook monster, which then seems to stalk, terrorise and possess Davis's character.
Hi. I want to report someone stalking me and my child.
Can you tell us what happened?
Somebody sent me a children's book.
And
it contained violent and graphic images of my child and me being murdered.
can we have a look at the book, please?
I burnt it.
You burnt it.
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it.
He's been making phone calls to me as well.
What's he been saying?
Nothing, just making these noises.
How do you know it's the same person?
Because of what he wrote in the book.
The book you burnt.
Yes.
Now, I have never ever been one to jump on bandwagons, and everything I heard about this film is that it's amazing and that I just have to see it and that it's just so good. But I had reservations. For a start, I didn't much like the title, The Babadook. It sounded like a weird anime or like a really B-grade superhero villain played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. I am the Babadook! Yeah. Batman and Robin was not a great movie. But to put it simply, this film just does not disappoint. Man, I love when that happens. This has also become really nationally recognised too, for a film that was filmed in South Australia, where I live, and with places that I recognise and have been to, which I think is just fucking awesome. Essie Davis is tremendous in the film. She nails the role of the distressed, stressed mother, and she also nails the role of the scary presence, a possessed, angry mother. And for me, that is a truly scary thought of a small boy's guardian turning against him. The very young Wiseman just couldn't be any better, and I definitely see a prominent future ahead of him in films. Daniel Henshall was incredible in this other Australian film, Snowtown, which, technically speaking, is a fantastic film, but it's also possibly the most disturbing, depressing and grim film I have ever seen. He wasn't in The Babadook all that much, which I'm sort of thankful for, because whenever he was, all I could see was his character in Snowtown. The sound design is incredible, and that's not to say it's a very loud film, just the little sound effects here and there were just so good, as was the slow, subdued build-up of suspense. This is not a shallow, junky, jump-scare-filled gore fest. All this goes are entirely psychological, and there's very meaningful metaphors for grief and stress and depression and anxiety. Are they sort of charming subjects that many people would want to visit? No, probably not, but they're very important subjects to sort of understand in life, and this film captures them really, really well. And that's another thing about horror films in general, I think, and I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent here, but just bear with me. To be an effective horror film, I think it needs to be creepy and psychological. Creepy is scary. It's not about all the gore, violence, and the loud noises and jump scares and crap. It's about building up a level of intensity that just resonates with you for days after seeing the film. I recently saw a film, Funny Games, with Naomi Watts, and I was very sick when I saw it, like very ill. I was sort of just bedridden. I just wanted to watch a movie that I could just switch my brain off, and it wasn't that kind of movie at all. It was a very, very intense film, and just a very quick brief review of that. The bad guys in it, like the two antagonists in it, they were these really young blokes. Yeah, they were like 20, 22, 21, just a little bit older than me. And I'm usually not one, like, often costume design, I do not give a shit about that in films, but here, the costumes they wore, they didn't wear like face masks and dark clothes and creepiness. They wore like really white, bright clothes, which was really strange, I thought. And yeah, the movie Funny Games itself is creepy and strange and bizarre, and to be a horror film, you have to have a very prominent aspect of creepy and bizarreness, I think. But back to The Babadook, it really is a film that does get under your skin and resonates with you for days after seeing it, which is really cool. And after you see it, it's a film where, for me anyway, I just realised that everything it tried to accomplish just does it pretty much perfectly. It really is like a perfect horror film, and a really, really fantastic film in general. If you're a horror film or just passionate about independent films or films in general, The Babadook is an absolute must-see. Thank you for watching, guys, and as always, feel free to subscribe to hear my thoughts on a nice wide variety of different films, and feel free to comment below anything you want. And yeah, that's it for me. I will see you next time.